Welcome back, everyone, to Drowned Shores. Been a little while since we've last played. Glad to have everyone back for the most part. Again, a quick reminder to everyone, unfortunately, Samudra and Smokes have had to step away from the game, and what we decided is that upon returning to Lily White, the pair of them decided to go after the fiends who took the rest of the treasure, believing the treasure rightfully belongs to your group, wanting to take it for themselves while simultaneously finding out more about the people they know from the Devil's Tide and what might have happened to them. But, going off of the rest of what happened in the last session, you all returned to Lilywhite, effectively, making your way back through the Chenog rainforest along your boats, returning to Lilywhite, returning the boats you rented, of course, while along the way also settling seemingly the grudges between the invading force and the native tribes that had happened at one point, with undead from both sides rising once more, and, well, you all chose to side with the locals, defeating the invaders, letting everyone find peaceful rest, while also gaining a mild reward for your troubles. But we pick our story back up on the late afternoon of the 5th of Gosrin, as you all have just returned to Lilywhite, returned the boats, Samudra and Smokes have walked off, and Crackbeak has also left you all to your own devices, promising to get in contact with that captain he had mentioned to hopefully arrange a meeting and get you all in to getting your own ship. So, you will probably have quite a bit of downtime here with which to do whatever you would like, but the choice is yours what you would like to do with that time.
Split the money.
Split the money, of course.
All right. Do you want to split before or after selling everything you have?
Okay, so remind me, if we sell the stuff we have now, we're not going to get as much as if we go to a better settlement, right?
That's solely with the plunder. I was also talking about just the general treasure items you have.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So the plunder, yes, you could theoretically get more for it if you were to go to a larger settlement. To go larger than Lilywhite, you don't know when that'll be, but you definitely could get a hefty amount more. Right now, the best you imagine you'll be able to get for your plunder is around 45 gold. Okay. If you go to a larger settlement than Lilywhite, the minimum you'll be able to get is 55 gold, the maximum 80. Okay. And if you ever find your way to, like, Port Peril, you would get a minimum of 85, all the way to even more than it's worth, potentially, up to 125 gold for the plunder.
Yeah. I guess
but do keep in mind, it's 5 bulk to carry.
Yeah, that. But we have a ship, right?
Where?
Crackbeak
okay, we will have a ship, and surely. Yeah. Sorry.
If you want to be carrying around like a couple crates of textiles until you get a ship, you are more than welcome to.
Can we stash for my Crackbeaks?
He could potentially be convinced to let you stash your shit there, yeah.
We're effectively homeless right now.
Yes, you are. So, and another question, do you guys want to hold on to that silver stein, or do you want to sell it? That being the stein that gives you free booze at God's Revel.
Akluji really wants to keep the silver stein, but she will give it up if people demand it.
I'm fine with her keeping
that. Real quick, Mr. Jarko, we can probably identify the mysterious metal fragment within a few days of downtime, right? Since
You
we get
can
to identify it.
certainly try.
mean, we
Oh,
could-
is it something spicy?
It might be something a bit spicy, yeah. Just
we
a
could always
tad
get
bit.
help at the.
I know we didn't recognize the metal, like it was from out of this world or something.
You
But
did
other
not
than that-
recognize the material it's made of at all. The script on it, you were able to recognize as an ancient dialect of Algolthu, but too much of it is like broken and damaged to be legible.
I think one of us had the intention of going to the library here, or trying to learn to go through at some point. But,
Yeah. Samudra knew Algolthu, but since she has stepped away, she cannot much help with that.
Whoa.
So
Alright.
that Darren Kraken might know.
I mean, we haven't had very good luck, like showing NPCs things. We keep getting ambushed by pirates. And...
That also true.
You are in the
Yeah.
pirate game, yep.
I definitely think we should not show anybody the metal fragment until we have a better idea of what it is. If
Fair enough.
everybody else is okay with that, of course.
That's fine.
Anyone take magic crafting or no?
Me? Yeah, I was going to check magic crafting.
You just don't have it yet, though.
Right.
Okay. Because we do have that +1 halberd, and I don't think anyone... Does anyone have a +1 rune yet?
I do not.
I'm pretty sure I don't.
I don't believe
Yeah, I do
anyone
not.
does.
So that's probably good to put on one of your weapons.
You have the silver cutlass.
Speaking of weapons, one thing I would like to do during downtime is train away from runic weapon, because I feel it's useless in this party. I basically took it because we had the were shark with a giant great axe.
Which makes sense. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
wanted to spend around a week of downtime to train that spell away, you absolutely could.
All right.
Or, I mean, you are a wizard, are you
Well,
not?
I could learn a different spell.
Yeah, you could just learn a new spell. You just
Okay.
don't have to prepare it every day.
Yeah.
So, taking a general look at the things you guys have that you can sell, do you want to hold on to those regular halberds in the party stash?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Okay. Do you want... We'll hold on to the +1 halberd for now, so the rune can potentially be switched over. Do you want to hold on to the sap?
First thing now.
You have 5 of them.
Yeah, I don't see a point to having the sap, but
Where did you get sats from?
The natives.
Oh.
They're corpses.
Hey.
So get rid of the halberds, get rid of the saps. Do you want to hold on to that silver cutlass for now?
It's whatchamacallit, a bit of a status symbol, really.
oh, that came from the tournament, right?
It did.
Yeah.
And it's silver. We don't really have any other silver weapons.
Yeah,
You do
we
not.
should
Just
hold
in
on
case.
to
Okay.
silver. Especially if we're going to be fighting devils.
Do you want to hold on to either of those chain shirts?
I won't wear them. I don't know about other of you.
Yeah, I'm not going to wear them.
Alright. The muddy and hard boots and leather belts are in the equipment. They're supposed to be in the treasure, so... My bad there.
Oh, worth 5 copper each, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the leather belts that are
Hey.
worth 2 copper.
Hey, there's probably a whole bunch of one-legged guys who could use a boot.
I'll skip over the consumables you have for now. We're holding on to the Stein. I don't know if you want to just put that in your inventory at Collegie so we don't forget what it is.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it in my inventory.
That illuminated parchment, do you want to sell that?
Yeah.
A scholar might find that
Yeah.
interesting, so...
Do you want to just sell all the non-plunder treasure for now?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me.
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right. Getting rid of you. Getting rid of you. Getting rid of you. Gives you guys a total earning of 51 gold, 5 silver, 4 copper.
Nice.
Pretty good.
All right, and then, of course, distributing this to everyone of the total coinage there gives everyone about 43 gold.
Nice.
Nice. Not enough to buy a potency rune, but c'est la vie.
A potency rune is 35 gold.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I was
striking
thinking of a
runes are
striking rune.
65. So, you guys could absolutely commission potency runes, and of course, you can transfer from the halberd you have for pretty cheap. So, I really think it's Akleji and perhaps Alistair are the only two mostly that need runes, although Alistair might need 2 for both the Chris and the crossbow. Depending.
Oh god, we don't have anybody with strength to wield. Are you sure the cutlass can't be finesse? Come on, it's a pirate duel thing.
It is a pirate duel thing, and it is very fitting. It is mostly using right now the stats of a scimitar, a good old skemeter.
It's a skemeter.
Since when do scimitars not have agile or finesse?
They don't.
What game am I playing?
I mean, it's
the
okay not
weapon
having
of
agile.
Drizzt Do'Urden. What?
We are in Pathfinder, not 5e. That's the game you're playing.
I can understand not having agile, but not having finesse, man, I don't know.
I
always
think what I would
associated
do
them with-
for the cutlass to make the cutlass a bit more unique. Get my hand on specific items. I'm going to remove the forceful trait, but I'm going to add the finesse trait.
There, makes sense. Thank you. I love
It'll
you,
keep
Mr.
sweep,
Jericho.
but this will make it usable by dex people. So let me change that in these. Oh, you already took the silvered one. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Ah!
I was waiting for you.
Oh, you already made those changes yourself. Look at you go.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then I'll buy a +1 rune for it.
Okay, 35 gold, please.
Where did we get this cutlass again? Remind me.
That cutlass was the second item along with the Silverstein 1 from the Mariner's Melee.
Okay, perfect.
I love how
Then-
Akleji has taken both the rewards for the contest she did not participate in.
Hey, I was there in spirit, okay?
We're all together in these
You were watching.
parts.
Exactly.
All of these S-Lab parts are bring us together.
Then Atlas, did you want to transfer the halberd rune into one of your weapons?
Atlas.
Sorry, Alistair.
Oh.
Brain moment.
I think I'll hold off on it for a moment because I'm going to do some crafting.
Okay. Well, it only costs 3.5 gold to transfer that rune.
Yeah.
As opposed to fully buying one. So, all right.
I have plans.
Well, let's move on to some downtime, and I think we'll go ahead and start for now with the first 3 days of downtime because that'll be when Crackbeak comes back to let you all know what's going on. So, assuming you guys sort of do the base selling the night you return, commission the rune added to the cutlass, and you all then would have around the next 3 days or so to do whatever it is you would like.
I will spend that first day working on my replacement arm.
You want to craft a replacement arm for yourself?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and give me that check.
Okay, I'll click on this.
Easy enough to do, and if you want, you can spend a second day to have it cost only half cost, or you can finish it in 1 day.
I'll pay the full costs and craft. That's the second button, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations, you have an arm again.
Woo! Yippee!
Hooray!
I'm so proud of you.
And that automatically takes 5 silver off of my sheet.
I believe it does. It should.
Okay.
If it didn't, I'll never know. It's 5 silver.
Yeah, I also wasn't looking at that. I think I should
I'm
have
not
had
going to
it
be
up.
that picky over 5 silver.
All right, good. Okay, that's my first day.
Okay. What would you like to do with your next 2 days?
My second day, I want to make use of my inventor feat,
Ooh, all right.
and I want to try and research a repeating crossbow, which is a level 1 item.
Sure.
Let's see here. I think
You
the
spend
easiest
half
way
the
would
price
be
of the formula up front.
I'm basically crafting it without crafting it.
Right.
So I think the easiest way to do that would be I'll just add it to my known formulas first, and then just click the craft.
There's also a craft button in the basic action macros, believe it or not, but you can also just do it from your character sheet without any issue.
Yeah, I'll just do it from there. All right, let's give her a shot. This one, ooh, I need a 10 to complete this.
Oh no.
All right.
Whatever will you do?
All right. Roll over a 10.
Yeah, it's easy enough to complete for you.
All right. Wait, let's just make sure.
Now, the cost here is a lot different. Oh, okay.
I just want to do it in the one day because I only have 3 days to do this stuff.
Right, but the cost of a formula is a lot different than the cost of an item.
Oh, okay. I was doing based on what the feat said.
Yeah, you spend half the price of the formula up front. The formula for a level 1 item is 1 gold.
Oh. I misread
So,
that.
I mean, if you're planning
So
on spending the 3rd day to craft it, then you could just go ahead and spend 1 gold and give yourself the item.
Okay, sure.
At this point, if that was your plan.
That was my plan, yes.
Then yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. I won't ask for another crafting roll at this point. Just spend that 1 gold, grab the item.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Cool.
Kin and Ecclesi, what are the 2 of you planning to do with these 3 days?
Is there any reason for me to try and make connections in this town right now? Maybe like find some pirate crews that we kind of jive with and talk with them and try to get friendships started.
Sure. Funny enough, that's actually was going to tie into something you guys were going to. I was going to give you guys as an option to do later, but you can absolutely start working on that now.
Yeah. I know we don't exactly have like really awesome pirate crews in this dingy little town, but
Well, and most of them that are here are also looking for the Devil's Tide's treasure.
Oh.
Was part of the conundrum.
Okay.
You can absolutely still try and begin making connections with them because they are still here and they don't necessarily know you're the ones who found the treasure or even that it has been found.
Yeah. Yeah, in that case, Ecclesi will she's gonna try and find a pirate gang that's closer to like privateers than pirates. Like not necessarily people who raid like innocent merchant ships. Or at least people who are merciful when they do so.
Gotcha. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and give me that sort of diplomacy check here to see who you can meet. And I might give you some choices.
Surely I get stylish combatant here, right? I'm joking. How's that one, Chief?
Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see, if you're looking for people who aren't gonna be problematic, there are two that catch your attention you might be interested in making acquaintances of. The crew of the Siren's Revenge and the crew of the Blood Moon. Based off of that roll, the little bits of information you're able to gather about each of these ships, the Siren's Revenge is crewed almost exclusively by performers, bards, troubadours, and they are very well known for being able to take over merchant ships with little to no bloodshed.
Okay, cool.
There are some unsavory rumors that they have made pacts with malevolent fae to be able to do this, but rumors. The Blood Moon is led by a captain by the name of Victor, no surname known, who used to sail with a more mercenary ship and has since begun to captain his own crew. And they engage very much in similar activities to their previous crewing. They are effectively mercenaries. But they are strategically minded mercenaries over anything else. They tend to... they're very well known for very smart planning going into any of their missions. They aren't just ragtag, they see a ship and they attack it. They will take on specific jobs that they are hired for, and they will plan them out pretty extensively.
Okay. Eklegi definitely likes the bard people. She will probably naively assume that any rumors about malevolent fae are like just jealous people. Yeah, so she'll go out and check them out.
Okay. If you want to try and start building a connection with the Siren's Revenge. Give me one more diplomacy check. So first day was kind of getting that research in. Second day, actually, trying to reach out.
Okay. How's that one, Chief?
That's a pretty good roll, if I do say so for myself.
Great.
Yeah. Taking some time to seek out members of the crew. It's actually not terribly difficult to find them, considering they are performers in and of themselves. So, Kalen's Keg, God's Revel, even playing around in Founders Square, a lot of them are pretty easy to pick out of a crowd. You find a... Let me find my notes. A strangely kind of slender-built, middle-aged man. Long braided hair, sort of, I don't know, 5 o'clock shadow more than anything else for facial hair. One of his eyes has been very clearly replaced with a red gemstone. And when you find him, he is currently just drumming up a crowd outside Kalen's Keg. Sort of middle of the day, just gathering people and performing by singing, actually.
Okay, nice. let's see. Ecclesia is trained in performance, so she'll she'll join the crowd and watch for a little bit, but then like if it's a song she knows, she'll join as like backing vocals or something, or if it's like a call and respond, she'll make a big deal of responding or whatever.
None of these really are songs you know would definitely play, though no one else really participates. So, if Ecclesia is gonna jump in, she's more than welcome to. But
Okay, yeah, she's gonna jump in.
all right,
And not like do a rap battle, but just kind of like friendly join in.
just sing alongside, almost. I wasn't gonna ask for a performance
sorry,
check yet
sorry.
there.
Sorry.
Shame. Ah. There's definitely, as you begin singing alongside, a relatively common shanty, something a lot of people would know. There's almost a pause in the song as the people around you kind of stop and look at you. The individual performing, like, half pauses the beat as you begin to sing alongside, but he does recover pretty quickly, begin singing alongside you, and before long, about a third of the crowd begins singing alongside you as well, creating a much more rousing chorus in the open near Kalen's keg.
Hi, Nix. I'm in the middle of a rap battle.
Welcome, River.
Sweet. Okay.
And the song ends up finishing. A couple more minutes pass. A few more songs before the crowd begins to gradually disperse. And this individual will sort of catch your eye and raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, Ecclesia will go over and shake his hand. Probably without even asking, she just like reaches out, grabs his hands, shakes it, and says, nice to meet you. Name's Ecclesia. I've heard great things about you and your crew, the Siren's Revenge. It was Siren's Revenge, right?
I am a member of the Siren's Revenge.
Awesome. Yeah, so I should probably get straight to it and tell you that me and my friends, we're starting a crew of our own. And I just wanted to go around to, all of the other crews and say hello, meet them, introduce ourselves, and just get to know one another since, we're going to be in the same business, going to be, colleagues and competitors at the same time. And like I said, I've heard great things about your crew, so I was really interested in meeting you.
Just stop for a moment.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. What? Is there something on my face?
Nope. Nothing on your face. Just, surprise on mine, consider it. Don't often see people going around claiming to be just starting up a crew out of nowhere. It's inviting competition.
Well, yeah, but I mean, us kind of folks, we compete anyways, don't we? So, may as well be on.
The more suppression type of competition. Less
yeah.
friendly.
I get what you're saying, but me and my crew, we can handle whatever comes at us. What?
Nothing? You,
what?
think you can take on the world?
Well, not take on the world, but, we've what was the crew we took on earlier in the campaign, or my friends took on earlier in the campaign?
The Grey Claws.
Yeah, I mean, we already took on the Grey Claws, like, so we've got that going for us. We fought a bunch of stuff out there in the jungle that came out on top.
And
Undead, stuff like that.
how would you react if I were to tell you that the Siren's Revenge was allied with the Grey Claws? You just told me you fought them.
Yeah.
And, doesn't strike you it's maybe not the best idea to go bragging about that?
Well, I mean, yeah, but you're not a member of the Grey Claws, are you?
I may not be
Smile.
a member of them, but membership does not friends make.
That's true. That's true.
If we were allied with them, and you came claiming you beat them up, well, I'd be well within my purview to fight you right here and now.
Yeah, you would be. But I'm going to be honest and say that anybody who was a friend with the Grey Claws, we probably wouldn't want to be friends with them either. They were kind of jerks. But you don't seem like a jerk. You seem like a really cool guy. Smile.
So let me get this straight. Your tactic is to just go introducing yourself to people,
Yeah.
brag about your minor accomplishments, and use that as a barometer for deciding who you want to be friends with. If they're friends with the one you've beaten before.
Well, I mean, like, how should I put this? Like, obviously, if you're friends with the Grey Claws, you're not necessarily bad people. But I mean, listen, the reason I came to you is because I heard lots of stuff that suggests you're good people, that you hijack ships, but you do it bloodlessly. You don't end up killing anybody. Which is why I'm actually, let me roll a quick perception check, a sense motive. Is he bullshitting me on the fact, well, like, he's giving me a theoretical, but is he allied with the Grey Claws? Or was he?
I mean, you don't know. Nothing from your research has said either way they're allies or not. And more than anything, this guy is just purely befuddled right now by you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He does not know what to do with you.
Yeah. Ecclesi's gonna say, I mean, I know you're giving me this theoretical about what if you were allied with the Grey Claws, but I'm pretty sure you weren't. You seem like too good of a person to ally with those jerks. And I mean, we're pirates. None of us are exactly super good guys, but there's a scale, there's a spectrum. I feel like you guys are on the upper end of it. That's why I wanted to make friends with you. Because those of us that don't like running around, stabbing everybody we see, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of people around here that would, kill me at a chance if
Let me ask you a real quick question.
Yeah.
You said you and your friends are setting up a crew, getting one together?
Yeah.
It's not done yet.
Not done yet.
Stop. Just don't go through with it. You are not going to survive. I'll tell you that right now.
Ecclesi gets a more serious look on her face at this point. She's kind of been her like typical like herbo, just kind of like really ditzy for a while, but she gets a serious look on her face right now. And she says, I understand why you're saying that to me. In spite of how you think I am, I have no delusions about how hard the life of someone like us is. But there's a reason I have to do this. And there's a reason that everybody else in my crew has to do this. You can say whatever you want about it, but this is something we have to do. I appreciate the warning, though. Smile, smile.
He is going to have a completely unconcealed look of pity on his face. But he will just shrug his shoulders. Well, then all the best to you and yours.
Yeah, of course.
I take it you're planning to participate in the games?
Ecclesi thinks back, above table. Have we heard about these games?
I believe they were mentioned briefly by Crackbeak when you guys said, oh, you're gonna buy a ship, and he said, you don't have enough money,
yeah.
why not try and win one?
Yeah. Ecclesi will say, yeah, I mean, we don't exactly have the money to buy a ship right now, so we figured we could go win one. Smile, smile.
Well, best of luck to you and yours.
And okay, listen, it's fine if you don't want to make friends with us right now, but like I said, you look like good people. If we meet on the open seas, you know, at the very worst, let's wave and pass each other by, and you know, at the very best, maybe hook up, share some drinks, share some stories. One way or another, though, I'll be seeing around. And again, thanks for the warning. I really do appreciate it. And then, unless he has anything else to say, Ecclesi will go ahead and walk off.
No, he does not have anything else to say to you. Following that, he really doesn't.
Look, this is what happens when Ecclesi is the only charisma character.
Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my. Alright, well that takes up your 3 or so days of downtime.
0 int plus 3 charisma.
River, just a quick FYI for what you missed. The party has returned. Samudra and Smokes have both left to find the rest of the treasure they believe belongs to you. But you have sold the vast majority of what you've had, and that has been divvied up amongst the party, including yourself. And we are going through about 3 days of downtime before Crackbeak hopefully returns with news. So, for you and Kinriel, what would the two of you like to do with your downtime?
I'm okay with River going first. And this way you can think about what I'm about to share. These are the spells I would like to learn, but there's a lot of them, so I don't know what I can find here in this town. Because I have to find someone who knows them and spend an hour talking to them for each spell.
Yes, and there isn't really a magic shop or anything here in town.
Yeah.
So you'll mostly be
there you
looking for people around the docks coming in who can teach you for a price.
Yeah, those are the. Oh, okay. Well,
That is a
more than just the learn a spell price.
No, it would be the learn a spell price.
Okay.
That's what I meant when I said for a price.
Because I don't have enough money to learn all of these, but I figured I couldn't find someone for all of them. So
Gotcha.
River can go, and you can think about that one.
So we are currently at Crackbeak's home, right?
You've
I
got
mean,
the
where we're
entirety
standing.
of Lily White.
Okay.
Your tokens are still at Crackbeak's home simply because that's where they were last.
Okay. Well, in light of Samudra leaving, I'm assuming that this is a pond right here.
Uh, in effect, yeah.
River's probably going to be sulking and floating in the pond and trying to talk to Gazra and be like, dude, what the fuck?
Okay, just for all 3 days. If you want to give me a religion check, if you are trying to get a response from your patron deity, you are welcome to do so.
Okay. And yes, that I said for all 3 days my fucking mouse died. Ergo, my push to talk button was like, nope.
Classic. What are you hoping to get a response for?
Just a general direction, I guess, because River, they want to find their dad. And now Sammy's gone. So I think they are a little lost right now. They're stuck with these fucking people that they just met.
Smile, smile.
Yeah, they are an eclectic group of figures, to be sure. As you spend the majority of the day over these few days, sort of wallowing almost within the waters of this pond, confined to just this small area surrounded by the land, there comes a moment where the once clear skies around you begin to storm out of nowhere. The distant peal of thunder floats over the air despite the sky being free of clouds. Wind begins to rustle up, carrying the water around you, pushing it in one direction. As it surges and recedes, growing stronger with each wave towards the shore. After a few moments, the water breaks over the land. And this small quote unquote pond you find yourself in turns into a gushing river connecting where you are to the open sea.
River will just.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
River will just let themselves be swept out to probably about there.
Yep, right around there. Yeah. As you find yourself swept out, the surging water begins to die down, but that breeze doesn't. It picks up instead. You can see the furled sails of the nearby ships begin to flap and flutter back and forth against their bindings, threatening to peel free and draw these ships out to freedom. You feel that same wind trying to push you. This only lasts for a few moments at best before the wind once more dies down. The water that carried you to the open ocean recedes back over the land to the pond that it once filled, leaving you where you are now.
I'm gonna look out towards Lilywhite and the water that's around them. They look in the direction of where the wind was pushing them, and they just kind of quietly nod before wading back up to shore.
Okay.
Gotta get ourselves a fucking ship.
All right. Kin, for your 3 days, if you could go ahead and give me an Arcana check effectively. This is sort of gathering information, but doing so using your magical know-how to try and track down people as they are coming into port or before they leave to see if they have anything they could share with you.
Certainly. Public or?
Yeah, public. That is A-okay.
Okay, 25.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'd say the easiest ones for you to find are going to be the cantrips, as well as any spells with the air and water trait. Uncommon spells are going to be a bit harder to find, but not
I don't
impossible.
think any of the ones I picked were uncommon.
I don't think so either, but I don't know all of them off the top of my head.
After trudging through the forest with a 5 bulk plunder, carry-all is pretty important.
Yeah, and that's
He
a
hated
very
that.
that's a very well regarded spell for magisters on ships, since they can make it possible for themselves and their crews to actually carry those large amounts just off and on the ship. So
Yep.
yeah, I'd say the vast majority of what you have in your list could be found without much issue, and you really have the choice of what you want. I'd say, if anything, things like Thoughtful Gift, Summon Construct, those might be the harder ones to find, if anything, but definitely not impossible.
Cool.
Most of those are all super fitting low rank spells for ships, and any ship worth their salt is going to have a magister and an apprentice magister, perhaps, that'll have a variety of these sorts of utility magics at their disposal.
Okay. So you just want me to roll individually for each spell? Or?
I do not require rolling for learning spells, because I think it's a little silly. If you've got the gold and you've found someone willing to teach it to you, you can take it. The only time I would ask for a roll is if you're trying to add a spell to your spellbook that's higher than what rank spell you could cast.
Oh, like to pre-learn a level 2 spell?
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing would be is if you crit on learning.
I know,
the
but
cost.
for consistency's sake, I just don't do the rolling.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you're going to be making a whole heaping helping of rolls here.
Yeah. Technically, that first roll was a crit on this, so. First one half off?
No.
Okay. That's all I'm doing this week is just learning spells.
Sure.
So I'll spend 2 gold per spell
All right.
that I learn.
Well, after your first 3 days or so of going about doing your own business, preparing yourselves for what will come in the future, Crackbeak does reach out to you all saying he has good news he would like to share and just asks you to meet him at his home.
Right. Let's go see Mr. Crackbeak.
Okie dokie. That's a quick bookkeeping question.
Sure.
Would this town have the magazines for repeating crossbows?
It wouldn't be hard to adapt. The Iron Kraken does magazines for repeating firearms, so they would probably, if they don't have them immediately, they'd be able to adapt the formula pretty quickly and get that ready to go and start producing them.
Okay, so I just could grab a couple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just yeah, all right. Okay, all right. I'll do that quietly.
All right. As you all make your way over to Crackbeak's home, make your way inside. There's no traps waiting this time since he is expecting visitors, but he has some tea in a kettle ready to go as you all begin to arrive this morning. Well, had a good rest, have you?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, good news is you're getting a bit more of a rest. We've got perhaps a month or so, a little less than, before the competition. You recall I mentioned that the Tidebreaker games are coming up, and that would be an opportunity for you all to win a ship, as opposed to having to buy one yourselves.
Hey, you did mention that.
Well, reached out to an old friend of mine, has her own crew and ship, used to sail with the Devil's Tide some 7 years back before she left, start her own crew. And thankfully, she said she's interested in speaking with you all and seeing if she could promote you as a potential participants of the games.
Nice.
She's making her way over to port now, should be here in about next 17 days or so, which will give you maybe about a week until the games themselves after that.
Sounds like a plan to me.
What do these games entail?
It's different in every time. There's not a ton I could say on it. I haven't participated in them in the past. But imagine it's going to be a lot of the qualities that good crew members are going to need. So your basics of climbing, navigating, things like that. Being able to fight off things, surviving. This is meant to test people to see if they have what it takes to be a strong crew. So, a number of people, of course, participate themselves, but you and a few others will be larger groups that are participating under sponsorship. Those are the groups that always win, so this should give you all the best chance of succeeding.
Yeah, right.
Ecclesia is gonna lean over to the rest of the crew and say, "Hey, I'm I'm really good at climbing and fighting and stuff, but I'm not all that good at navigating and like nature survival. So you guys have that covered, right? River, you worship Mr. Nature Gosri.
That's right.
So you're good at like navigation and stuff, right?
For the most part, yes.
Okay, good. Good. I'll be relying on you.
No
Thumbs up,
pressure.
smile.
Got it.
All the pressure. Well, take your time, rest up as best you can, prepare. It's going to be a grueling game, and I suppose the best bit of advice I could give, make sure you've got the layout of the town down. Make some of the challenges hopefully easier on you.
Well, if we have 17 days of downtime while we wait, yeah, River's absolutely going to be doing it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, okay, River's lived here for a while, so
River's lived here
I
for
mean,
a while. River's probably already got the town's layout down pat for the most part.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't help to see if, like a bridge fucking collapsed or something.
There is definitely, between Founders Square and Kalian's Keg, there are the pair of bridges, one of which is in good condition, the other is broken. Actually, give me a recall knowledge roll, River. You have lived here for a while, after all.
River knows fuck all.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a connection you make here. That could be beneficial.
That's fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. All right. Well, if anything else you'd like to talk with Crackbeak, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, you guys have about 2.5 more weeks of downtime to do whatever you want with.
I guess for a kliji, maybe just earn income.
Yeah. You can always earn money if you got nothing else to do.
Unless anybody has anything they would like a kliji to do, or that you would trust a kliji to do.
Alistair only has one thing on mind. That's making stuff or earning income.
Yeah, I think River might pick up a few shifts at the Gods Revel, and then in their spare time, because we all know how piracy can be a very dangerous job, they will probably try to earn income by healing the wounded.
Okay.
That come in now and again.
Yeah, there's always a demand for skilled healers.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. I would say at that point then, you could do 2 rolls if you would like for earn income, splitting them between diplomacy and medicine. Actually, if you're using divine healing, not actually like treating wounds, but just casting heal on people, that would more be religion.
Okay. Level 0?
You can do up to level 4 here in Lily White, since that is the settlement level.
Okay. And how many days are we?
You've got 17 total, so however you want to split that up, you're more than welcome to.
Cool.
Unfortunate.
Can I hero point earn income rolls?
Unfortunately, downtime rolls cannot be hero pointed. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Oof.
You don't earn much your shifts at the God's Revel. You earn enough to, pay your daily bills and whatnot, but not really any extra to put away.
Ripperinos.
But your last few days definitely earn a bit more when it actually comes to healing people. That is a skill much more necessary. So you can go ahead and give yourself 3.5 gold.
Nice.
Yay.
It's okay, River. It'll be okay.
Just 3.5 gold. Is it 3 gold and how many silver?
5.
Okay. At least I can heal the wounded.
And hey, you've already got a lot of money.
Yeah. But more does not hurt.
More does not hurt. You are correct about that. What about everyone else?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, now that I have the European crossbow, I would probably pay to have that rune moved to it.
Sure. You can go ahead and spend 3.5 gold, add the rune to the equipment.
I can do that. Let's see, +1. Wahoo! And I think I'm going to spend some days working on building a rotary bow as a backup weapon.
Oh, what as a backup? Oh, a rotary.
The rotary bow.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right. I'll roll the craft. Don't screw me over. Thank you.
All right. Well,
So-
it's up to you how many additional days you would like to work on it to make it half cost.
How many days would that?
In total, you would spend 15 days working to make it exactly half cost.
Yeah, I could just do 15 days and I could do the rest to just do earn income.
Okay.
So I'll do
Then-
the top button.
Yep.
Cool. And then where's that button? Earn income.
All right. For
I'll
an additional
do-
2 days.
For a total of 2 days. Let's see here. Let's look up the earn income tables.
While you are looking that up, what about Kin and Kiji?
Kluchi will just earn income with. Do I have acrobatic performance? I don't have acrobatic performance yet. That's a shame.
You do just regular performance.
Yeah. I'll just do regular performance.
All right. Take inspiration from how the Sirens Revenge people were doing it.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Let me. While everybody else does their stuff, I'm gonna look at the earn income table and decide.
All right.
Same as what I
I'll
was
just do
just
a
doing.
level. Yeah, I'm gonna just do level 2 for 2 days.
Okay.
Ah, bugger.
Well, you still earn 8 copper over those days. But
Better
not
than nothing.
not a ton. You're effectively offsetting the cost of using a space in the workshop for the last
Yeah.
2.5, 3 weeks. Is where the majority of why you don't really earn much here.
That's fair.
Kin, what about you? While Ecclesi is looking things up.
Why did I put it only at 5 days? I'm brainless.
Well, hey, your
Jericho-
first 5 days is 1.5 gold.
I meant it to be 7. Okay. Nope. I'm not gonna be a baby about it.
It's also only a level 1 roll you were doing.
Yeah, but crit successes are nice. Okay.
That is fair.
Now here's the rest of the 12 days. There we go. Okay.
Okay. So in total, 3 gold, 9 silver for you.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more than River.
I would also like to earn income, I guess.
By all means.
Okay, I sold my old
Basic-
crossbow for a
Half
gold and a
value.
half.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sorry, Ken, what were you saying?
I'd like to use Arcana and like hang out on the docks selling my spells.
Sure.
Helping people unload with my new carry-all spell, and
You can do the exact same thing you were just doing, which was, pay people for spell teaching. You can teach others for money.
yeah, if anyone's
For
looking to
meth?
learn spells
For meth, yeah.
Ken's a
Meth.
drug dealer now.
It's Breaking
canon.
Bad.
No, but yeah, teaching spells, helping people unload. He can only do that 3 times per day, but and then also he's going to use approximate to help fishermen count their fish. They
Fantastic.
don't even need to count them themselves. Please roll good. Fuck.
Oh.
I didn't use the right button anyway.
Ah! Just getting the bad roll out of the way.
Yeah,
silly guy.
Arcana. What level is this?
You can do
Sorry.
up to level 4, your choice. And you don't have to do it all as one roll for all 17 days if you don't want to. You can break it down into multiple rolls here.
And I will just do level 4 for 17 days. I don't care.
Alright then.
Same exact roll.
Thankfully not a
Make
crit fail, though.
17 silver.
Yep.
Is that automatically applied?
No, earn income does not automatically add it to your character sheet.
All right, 17 silver. There we go. Cool. That's my 17 days.
Alright. Well, the next 17 days all pass by in a flash, bringing us nearly to the end of the month of Gosren as you all just spend time resting, prepping, earning a bit of coin. Did anyone else have things they wanted to spend money on?
Let me check. I'm not sure if there's anything I can afford right now that I want to buy.
Nah, good.
You don't want to get a ruin on your Chris as well, Alistair?
I don't have the money for that.
That
I
is
spent
fair.
more.
You are poor.
I mean, if anyone needs a loan, Ken's got some money.
Chris is more of a backup weapon at this point.
Kin is both meth dealer and loan shark. In this short period of time, he's really moved on up in the world, huh?
I mean, we are pirates.
River, did you have anything off the top of your head you'd like to purchase?
Not really.
Alright.
Not that I can think of.
You do not have to spend money on anything.
Out of
Are there
curiosity,
any-
someone has a crowbar, right? Yes. Okay, we have a crowbar.
Just complete the drug dealer.
Well,
Look,
I don't.
need a tire iron.
No, just been hoisted by that petard a few times. Oh, nobody has a crowbar. Okay.
Ooh. -2 to your rolls.
I'll buy a crowbar.
Someone has one. You're good.
You already have
brass,
one.
brassier, brassier.
I think a Kliji has all the basics. The brassier, the crowbar.
Oh
Or-
yeah. In
Oh, you already have-
retrospect, yeah, it makes sense that I have all of it.
Oh, you already have brassier? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as one person has it, if the party doesn't split, you guys are good.
Who would ever split the party?
Yeah,
A lot of
Allie,
people.
who would ever split the party?
Great question.
All right. Well, as the days roll by in relative peace and not quite quiet, as Lily White is getting more and more boisterous as the days go by, seemingly in preparation for the games. More and more ships making their way into port, more and more people at the taverns, out in the squares, making for really the most boisterous Lily White has been in a very long time, if not ever. But on the promised day, there is yet another ship that limps into harbor. Unlike the others that all come in pretty solid condition, this one looks heavily damaged, almost to the point that anyone who has anything to say on the matter would recommend just scrapping this ship, salvaging what you could, and starting from scratch rather than trying to fix it. But the ship docks, people disembark from it, separate amongst the town just like everyone else who comes in these days. And soon after, you all get a message from Crackbeak that his friend is waiting for you all at the God's Revel Inn to speak with you.
Right. Let's go see what this is all about.
Yeah. Also helps if when I post my meme in the right Discord. I posted Nate 3 one didn't see that Jack Sparrow dipped from everywhere. Oops.
All right. As you all make your way over to the God's Revel Inn once more, it's been packed the last few days. Part of River, I imagine, why you decided to stop taking shifts there again and go about healing people to earn money is it's just a bit too hectic, more than usual.
Right.
But as you all make your way inside and towards the upper floor, it's relatively suspiciously empty, aside from just a few people at tables, and one other person working at the bar would be Lila. River seems to be working up there right now. But sitting around a large table are three figures. There's Crackbeak, who you of course recognize, as well as two other figures. One of whom is a fully armored, heavily tattooed orc woman, large blades at her side, at the side of the table, and generally just a relatively fierce-looking figure, but with a disarming smile on her face at the same time. The other figure is a lizard folk woman with a motley of blue and green scales with golden undertones, a heavy amount of leather bands and jewelry hanging from the various horns on her head, and wearing what looks to be a Shalaxian admiral's uniform. Though,
Ooh.
like, while the patch is still there from Cheliax, it has very obviously been just dyed completely. So the normal reds and blacks have been changed to blues and golds. But this lizard folk figure will stand up as you all approach. Well, I've heard good things about you all. Come, sit. Drinks are on me.
Well, I already get free drinks here anyways, but
Oh. Had to flex that, did you?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Alistair will sit.
Sure.
Yeah, Ken will sit down as well.
As you all sit down, she will take her seat as well. Free Captain Jezza Goldscale, old friend of Crackbeak. I've heard wonderful things about you all.
Really? Oh, okay, yeah. Wonderful things.
Well, good and bad, but
Um,
who's to say bad can't be wonderful? We all have to start somewhere, so when Crackbeak let me know that he had found some individuals that, while rough around the edges, showed promise, piqued my interest.
is Crackbeak here right now?
Yes,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, Ecclesia's gonna turn to look at Crackbeak and be like, rough around the edges, huh? Alright.
Do you have a
I see
better way
how
to
it is.
describe yourself?
Handsome, dashing, charming.
Right.
Hey,
Jezza, add egotistical to your descriptors for them next time.
River, you agree, right? Like, charming, handsome, dashing, right?
I got you all right.
I get no respect.
Jericho!
Yes.
I do trust you to do the talking, so there's that.
We're in the God's Realm, right?
You are.
Okay.
Yeah. You're up on the second floor of it right now.
Okay. River kind of like looks at Ecclegi, then looks at
Mhm.
everybody else, and then just kind of quietly takes a sip of their ale. Well, Captain said it. We all have to start somewhere.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
But let's not make asses out of ourselves again, just yet. You know, I'm not trying to fuck anything up.
I never make an ass out of myself. What are you saying?
Just stop talking. Darling.
Oh, okay.
So, I have been informed that you all wish for a ship of your own, such that you may begin exploring the seas, seeing what they have to offer. All well and good, but I would like to hear your individual reasonings, if you wouldn't mind. Why do you wish to leave a life of simplicity for one of extraordinary danger and oftentimes meager reward?
Ecclegi will, of course, enthusiastically. I think she's gonna actually like straight up jump on the table. And it's gonna be like, okay, well, get this. I was raised in one of those Matangi orc tribes, right? And they were like, oh, Ecclegi, you gotta grow up and fight demons. Because that's, that's what all the Matangi orcs do. You gotta fight demons. I'm like, okay, it's important that someone fights the demons in the Mwangi Expanse, but that's just not me. And when I was, and she starts like counting on her fingers. When I was a bit younger, this this champion, Caden Kalian, came around our place and helped my folks fight demons. But then, when we were sitting around the campfire celebrating, he told me all about the big wide world. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to sit in this stinking jungle fighting demons all my life. I want to go out and see the rest of the world. And so I did. But then, after exploring a little bit, I got a letter from him and this like piece of this astrolabe, and now I guess it's not just to explore the big wide world, but also to like find out what happened to the guy that inspired me to explore. So yeah, that's happening.
When you mentioned, like, the Matangi orcs, leave others to fight the demons, the other orc at this table definitely let out a snicker at that.
Wait, sorry, what was it you thought I said about Matangi orcs?
When you said, like, to leave the others to keep fighting demons, you wanted to explore the wider world.
Yes.
The other orc at the table snickered at that.
Yeah, you get it too, right? Were you raised a Matangi?
Long time ago I was.
Yeah,
But,
see, she gets it.
well, the battle called to me. It got boring after a time. Wanted to fight new things.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe we can swap stories at some point. Anyways, that's me. That's me.
And what about the rest of you? What reasons do you have?
No one else speaks up. Alistair will clear his throat behind his mask and say, to test my limits, to exceed them, and to find new things out in the world, learn from them, and how to surpass them and my limits. My uncle, he was a crewmate on the Devil's Tide, and he paid for a lot of the treatments I received as when I was young. I had a severe condition, which led to he gestures to both his hands, said to my condition of my arms, which and elsewhere, but he granted me a book. I'm not sure if you may know of it, but it is titled Logic of Design. It's the Holy Book of Bree. And through it, I exceeded my limitations, and I seek new limits to exceed going forward. And also kind of want to see if I can find out what happened to my Uncle Roger. And to do that, I need to strike out in the Shackles. Cursor attack. But that's my reasoning.
All right.
I could spout something about the sea calling to me, which would be true, but you also spoke of meager rewards. That's what life is if you live a simple life. Work all day, make no money. Why not have an adventure instead?
And you? Turns to look at you, River.
Everyone looks at River.
Uh, well, barring tragic growing up story, came here a few years ago. I've been looking for my father. Said to be lost at sea somewhere. So Had to get my feet here, obviously, and as soon as I have a ship, I need to find him. That's the long and short of it, I suppose.
Oh, adventure and a desire to see those who are lost once more.
Most part, yes.
Well, by no means bad aspirations to have. All wonderful in their own right, reasons to want to set out. I will be open and honest with you. Seeking out adventure is wonderful. Seeking out those you lost may be nothing more than a fool's errand.
Oh, plenty of people have described me as a fool, so.
If you all wish
Nothing
so...
else.
Oh, go ahead.
As I say, if nothing else, having closure of their fate would suffice.
Should you win the games, take up a ship, learn to sail, I will not assist you in seeking out those crew members. However, I will not stop you from doing so either. But I will ask that you wait to do so until your tenure under my teaching is over.
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
So we get our sea legs, huh?
Or you get your sea legs, yes. Anyone who wants to, go ahead and give me a sense motive check here.
Not bad idea. I'll probably fail.
Ooh, some really good rolls there. River Kin, the two of you, there is something reluctant in the way she speaks about not wanting to go after the Devil's Tide, trying to caution you against doing so. River specifically, you get the feeling the way she's talking about it is like someone who has put considerable effort and time into the very thing they're cautioning against themselves and has nothing to show for the time and effort they've put into it.
She's like the dad from National Treasure.
Kinda, yeah.
And River is immediately going to call her bluff.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Great
I don't
call.
think it's because you don't want to help. You do want to help. You're scared of fucking it up.
Points for trying, not for a right answer.
No, I think I'm right.
I have spent the last 3 years looking for them. I don't risk fucking up the search, because there's nothing to find.
Then you just gave up. That's why you're not going to help. Because you think it's a fucking fool's errand. Come on now. You want to find that shit just as bad as anybody else. Got your dick wet for the past 3 years. Nothing to show for it. Disappointing at best, yeah. But come on. We're so fucking close we can taste it, and now you're just backing out? Please.
Let's go for a walk, shall we?
Fine.
You say why or fine?
I said fine.
Okay.
River, we do need their help, though.
I know. I'm calling her bluff.
River, you're so cool.
Said the hiker's a person.
Yeah, but River's still cool.
All right. Are you all following after? As
That was a general offer.
yeah, no, that was an
Yeah.
offer to everyone here.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
hope that you guys would just fucking follow along anyway. If she
I-
was just
I-
like, let's take a walk, River, and then tries to fucking drown him.
I don't know. I was thinking like maybe like, all right, River, we need to have a private talk here.
Seriously, man. River just put her dick on the fucking table.
Mhm.
yeah, I would follow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a real talk.
She will.
Ian's just bemused by what's happening.
She will lead you guys down towards the docks, towards that ship you all saw come in. Upon a much closer viewing of it, it is surprising that it even made it to port. The hull is barely held together right now from what looks to be major damage. The masts are cracked, the sails shredded. This is not a ship that should have been able to make port safely. That is what our 3 years of effort got us. If you wish to continue searching after that, be my guest. I have no wish to throw away the lives of the people I sail with, though.
Is there a name on the ship?
There is not at the moment. That part of the hull is one of the many parts that has been sort of patched over.
Just need some elbow grease to me.
Again, I will not stop you if you wish to seek out once you've left my tutelage, but That is not something I will assist you with.
Guess we'll have to do it ourselves then.
More for us.
What's the deal she's offering? Like, we work for her for a while?
That is something that Crackbeak would have shared about the Tidebreaker games if asked. The idea is that the winning cruise, the winning group, wins a ship, but since all the participants are supposed to be people who haven't sailed before at all, whoever backs them effectively takes pseudo ownership of the ship and provides a crew and teaching to the people who won the games.
Okay.
At least until they are sufficient enough on their own, then they may go their separate ways. A lot of times, from what you would be aware of, they at the very least maintain allyship with the captain they worked under, if not just continue to sail together.
Okay.
So, all that being said, do you all have any other questions for me? After all, if we are to be working together for the future, then do for us to remain strangers.
What's your favorite color?
Gold,
Honestly. Gold.
of course.
Fair enough. Makes sense to me.
Wouldn't have taken the name Gold Scale if I didn't like the color so much.
Yeah. Looking forward to working with you.
To you
Smile,
all
smile.
as well. The games themselves should start in about 8 days now. Meeting point for the first challenge will be at dawn at Terran's Planks, from what I've been made aware of. So make sure you get yourselves there. I've already paid for your entry.
All right.
Anything you'd like us to do in the meantime?
Whatever you would like. Earn money, prepare yourselves, buy any sort of tools that you think you might need. Look into who you might be racing against. Whatever you think will be the most beneficial for your chances of victory.
Yeah. I can probably look into who we're racing against. Or at least talk around and find out.
Is the whole event just a race, or is there like multiple
It is a
challenges?
race to reach the prize ship. However, there will be
Okay.
a multitude of challenges you must face along the way.
Okay.
There will be likely puzzles, traps, enemies, creatures that have been hired to assist in the arbitration of the games.
Ooh, I love puzzles.
This is meant to be a microcosm of what adventuring in the Shackles is like. So, those who prove themselves the most adept, flexible, are often the ones who win.
I mean, folks have told me I'm pretty flexible if you know what I'm saying.
Flexible in the way they think. be around in town, of course. If you ever wish to speak with me any further, please feel free to do so. I'll be looking forward to your performance in the games.
Well, I promise you won't be disappointed.
She'll just sort of give a smile before turning around and beginning to walk away. Unless you guys have anything else you'd like to speak with her on.
Nope.
I don't want to test her patience, but I was curious. what's the deal with the broken ship? But
You can certainly ask.
I don't think I'm gonna ask right now.
Okay.
Hey, what's the deal with the broken ship?
Oh my
Oh my
fucking
God.
god.
You're actually calling out and asking that?
Well, yeah, just like, is it something we should be aware of out there that like we should keep an eye out for?
I have a +1 to strength. Does anyone want to help me or wrangle a Kleegi to the fucking ground?
Everyone else is +0.
Yeah, that gives you the highest strength in the party tied with a Kleegi.
Great! Okay.
This is a
Alright,
dexterous party.
Fine. Okay, fine. Sorry.
Nope, too late. As soon as the Kleegi started shouting, River would like hop up on their tippy toes and just clap a hand over her mouth.
Jezza will
Shut up!
look back towards you all.
As she looks back, River just lets her go. Just waves.
I would have waited for a more tactful time to ask that. But...
She kind of already did.
If I tell you, are you still going to want to sail the seas?
Absolutely. Look at us. Do you think there's anything you can tell us that would make us not want to sail?
Unfortunately, no. That damage was caused by a monster. Didn't get a good view on it, but it seemed capable of causing a storm.
Ooh, interesting.
None of us particularly knew what was going on. By the time the storm abated, this is what we were left with.
Unfortunate. Well, glad to see you made it back in one piece, at least.
Any weirdness with your crew during the storm?
No. We lost a few, fortunately. But nothing out of the ordinary strange.
I recall knowledge on a creature capable of creating a storm.
You can certainly try.
River would like to religion check it.
Sure.
I'm gonna kill myself.
I would.
Take your hero point back. Can creatures who are capable of controlling weather are extremely dangerous in their own right. Ones that are capable of dealing this type of damage, while also seemingly perhaps having some sort of intelligence for the fact that they're able to Like, they dealt this damage while controlling the weather and then left without destroying the
it's
ship.
a sea monster too, right? So it's
Yeah. Creatures like that typically belong to the realm of myth. So if she's being honest with you, it is something... probably an apex predator of some sort of the ocean.
Yeah, and he notes that away. Because remind me, his Samudra's dream was during a storm, right?
It was.
But I don't remember her saying anything about a sea monster, but there were undead pirates.
No, it was the crew themselves were fighting each other.
Yeah, but one of them had like half his head missing.
Oh. Right.
I think, unless I'm misremembering that. That's why I asked if any of the crew were being weird during this storm, but... Okay, he files this little information away for later.
I believe, if I recall properly, the person with the damaged head... Just check... This is why you keep notes, people.
I'm illiterate.
Yes, the crew member that attacked Samudra in her dream had the top section of their head shaved off. How much of the head was sort of up for debate, but it was a chunk of it missing. Probably not enough that they should have been alive, but not impossible, perhaps.
It was also a dream.
It was also a dream.
I did take notes on the first session.
And then gave up.
Blocked by crazy crewmen with a missing arm and missing part of the head.
All right. Well, I think as you all part ways with who might end up being a captain or mentor to you all, and as you all have a bit more time before the Tidebreaker games themselves start and you all find yourselves on path to winning your own ship, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Stand up, stretch, grab some water, do whatever it is you need to do, and I will see you all in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. So, yippee! You have roughly 8 days ahead of you before the actual beginning of the Tidebreaker games, and what you do with that time is completely up to you.
How many days was it?
8.
8. Okay.
Akleji is going to try to gather information on the teams we're going to be competing against.
Sure. It is 2 days per attempt, but should give you some solid information on an individual team and who's backing them as well. If you do. So what I will say is doing this acts sort of like preparation for infiltration, where every team you successfully research will give you guys a single reroll to use when dealing with that team, if you should come to deal with them during the competition.
I don't know if I have any skills that are good at that.
Has someone documented what the previous competitions were like?
Like what sort of events were done in them and whatnot?
Yeah.
No, and the reason of that is because it's supposed to be a surprise for the contestants. Contestants are supposed to go in with as little information as possible. So
that would involve talking to people who've done it before, hoping they tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So charisma skills. I'm out on that. Yeah, I'll probably just earn income for 8 days, I guess.
All right.
Unless I could use society for something along those lines.
If you're trying
probably...
to learn about the other crews or the other competition, then I would absolutely allow society.
Oh, well, then I would like to use society.
Yeah.
Society.
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 Oh yeah, I could recall knowledge if that's allowed.
Yeah. It's the diplomacy and deception skills are for like actually talking to them and learning about them that way, but you can just use society if your goal is solely to learn about them. That's perfectly acceptable.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll do that then. Blind roll, I'm assuming.
Yes, please.
Do you want direct society or just recall knowledge?
Direct society for this is fine.
And is this a 2-day activity?
It is 2 days to do this. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Were you making an attempt as well, Ecclegi?
Oh, I'm gathering information on the competing teams.
Yep, that's what they're doing. They're just rolling society for it. You are welcome to roll diplomacy.
Oh God, I had the menu up, but I
Okay.
ADHD as hell. I'm telling you.
Ooh, shiny.
All right. Yeah, you guys managed to, over the course of these 2 days, get solid information about 2 of the major teams you'll be competing against. One of them is a group of would-be pirates by the name, or led by an individual by the name of Callum Voss. From what you're able to gather about him, he is when you think pirate, he's a true pirate, a typical bully where he's kind of cruel to the weak but subservient to the strong. He is apparently quite skilled with a blade, and he is a contestant, perhaps the only one, who has received sponsorship from one of the pirate lords. The pirate lord Barnabas Harrigan, who is a not great individual, from what you all managed to gather.
What would you say he's
I
perhaps
recognize
some
that
kind of king of the pirates?
No. No.
Sorry, that was a bad joke, but I'm not sure.
It did not land for me, at least. Because I also know who the Hurricane Queen is right now, so that joke just went right over my head. But Captain Stormwind is one of the more successful pirates to lead expeditions into the Eye of Abendego itself. While not having penetrated to the inner layers of the storm yet, he is known as one of the captains who has made it the furthest. The other individual you guys clock is someone just solely by the name of Layla, who, from what you're able to gather, has that typical, like, street urchin turned sailor story. She grew up on Port Peril, stealing, working for shady individuals, but apparently she was quite skilled at it, has potentially a latent potential for stealth, and she has, for one reason or another, managed to receive sponsorship from the captain of the Ghost Shark, which is a crew of smugglers. Though their captain is rumored to have supernatural powers over light.
Ooh. Fancy.
All right. And thus, the first 2 of 8 days pass. What would you guys like to do with the rest of your time?
Do I feel like there's any more information I could gather on the other teams?
Oh, there are multiple other teams
Okay,
competing.
cool. Yeah.
That you
I'm
guys
gonna
could attempt
keep
to gather
gathering
on.
information on these folks then.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll do another, and then I'll spend 4 days earning coming.
Okay.
Brah, that was aggressive.
All right. These 2 days, you guys managed to get information on 3 of them. 3 more competitors. So I'm gonna. Okay. Yeah, the 3 individuals you hear about. The first is a Rahadumi merchant by the name of Silver Tongue Tariq. That is how people call him, at least. Who is apparently backed by the Crimson Waves, a group of known pirates, highly profit driven, known to backstab just as frequently as they keep their word. Not super trustworthy individuals, but very profitable. You learn about Nadia Windward, who is an Anadi bard, and believe it or not, she is being sponsored by the Siren's Revenge, Atliji.
Huh.
So, puts Orland's good luck in a slightly different light, considering
Slightly
they
different.
have someone they're backing as well in the games. But she is known as just a tail weaver with indescribable wanderlust, and that is why she is out here.
Mm.
And last but not least would be, strangely enough, not someone funded by one of the pirate or free captain crews here in the Shackles, but someone funded by their college, a Professor Razzia, who is, for some reason, participating in the Tidebreaker games with a group of students. You're not entirely sure why, but they are.
Classic.
And that is 5 of the 6 primary competitors that you guys have learned about at this point. The remaining 4 days of downtime are yours to do with as you see fit.
More research, more research. Like, gathering income is fine, but
Cleege wants to try and clock the final group. All right.
I wrote down Silvertongue, Callum, Nadia, Professor. Who was the other person?
So you got Silvertongue Tariq, Nadia Windward, Professor Razzia, Callum Voss, and someone just by the name of Layla.
Okay. Let's make this. Okay.
Alistair, you are planning to earn income on these last 4 days?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I'll make another society check.
Sure.
Risk for the biscuit at level 3.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Bugger.
Oh, that's 3 silver, 2 copper for you still. Better than nothing. However, Kin and Akleji, these 2 days prior to the competition, strangely enough, you aren't able to find anything on your last bit of competition.
dang.
That last crew seems to be perhaps hiding themselves, or perhaps you just aren't talking to the right people.
Yeah.
One more
I
shot.
guess we'll see.
You guys have 2 days left. You are free to try once more if you would like.
Yeah, I'll give it one more shot.
Or
Okay. Okay. The second attempt comes, and despite merely missing information on them, you do sort of manage to get a last little bit of knowledge and clock a relatively unassuming man by the name of Quentin Gray, who, similar to you, Kin, was a student of a college recently, but ended up leaving for the high seas. He is apparently backed by Captain Victor Bloodmoon, who you learned briefly about at Clegy, but decided not to go and speak with, a group of effectively mercenaries that sail the seas. But that brings us to the end of prep time and on to the day the games themselves begin. Is everyone fully ready for them?
Yeah, so can we go over the tunes we've learned about? I don't really know if there's anything we can do to prep for them, but I'm just like having a think.
Sure.
we know one's a bard.
Now, all of these competitors, do we assume they have a team like we do?
Yes. Yeah, those are the leaders of their respective teams, effectively.
Okay.
They're not the sponsor, but they're the...
Correct. They are the actual competitors.
Okay. And then we know Callum is a swordsman.
Yep. Quentin would be a mage you're able to pick up.
Yeah. Is he a universalist? Is there a chance he went to the same school that I did?
From what you're able to gather, he was a student at the Magambia.
Okay.
Layla sounds like a rogue.
Whatever would give you that idea.
I know. I'm picking low hanging fruit here.
Look, I only have so many ideas when I'm coming up with characters.
That's fair.
Professor and a merchant.
And a staller.
Yep. You've got a merchant, a bard, a teacher, a mage, a rogue, and a swordsman. Are your 6 major competitors.
Yeah.
At least 3 of them are sponsored by actual pirates.
From what you were able to gather, all of them are, aside from the professor who is sponsored by her college.
Yeah, I just don't... The sirens are less piratey.
I see your distinction between pirate and free captains. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, all 4 of those people are likely to cheat, but...
And Harrigan's crew would be a pretty ruthless bunch, so you wouldn't sponsor by him.
If the bards cheat, they won't kill us.
Silver lining, I suppose.
I missed who was Layla's sponsored.
The Ghost Shark is that ship. Captain Blackfin.
If we impress the Hargan crew, maybe they'll press gang us into his crew.
That's the case. We're just switching entirely over to Skull and Shackles from first edition.
kind of armor does Callum wear?
Light leather armor, from what you're able to gather.
Okay, so he doesn't wear metal.
No. None of
I don't know
these
what he
people
has.
would wear metal armor. Not necessarily the smart choice if you're going to be sailing on the high seas.
And not a lot of stuff we can really prepare on. I bought some earplugs, which I can use against the bard if they try to sing. But
Oh, you know what? Earplugs for the bard might not be a bad idea if she's using auditory effects.
yeah, it's just like a single copper piece for earplugs.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't. That's all I can think of, unfortunately.
All right. Well then, if you guys are ready to go, the morning of the games will arrive.
Let's do this.
As you all awaken bright and early and make your way to the south end of town towards Terran's Planks, a place none of you have really actually, stopped by before, but the lumber yard here in Lillywhite. As you approach, you can see perhaps 300 or so individuals, all sort of milling about, and all manner of people. Your rough and tumble sailor-looking folks, scrawnier individuals who look like they shouldn't be anywhere near hard labor or haven't seen it in their life. A number of various ancestries as well. Just people of all types look to be here to compete for the prize. I mean, it's fame and a whole ass ship, so if you win, you're going to the moon.
The moon, you say?
Yeah, it's a flying ship, didn't I tell you?
All
To the
right.
moon.
You thought it was like an ocean ship, but no, it's a whole ass spaceship you get for winning this.
Hell yeah.
Holy crap.
We'll deal with that haunted moon.
Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted.
Lizard lock.
A repeating crossbow, a Glock, same thing, really.
Yeah.
Well, no, we have firearms in the setting, so
Yeah.
loads up like flintlock or whatever.
The person in the party with the guns is left.
It's true.
He went to the moon.
That's where they went. Salt this.
Yeah, that's the
Salt
reveal,
this mystery.
everyone. The fiends took the rest of the treasure to the moon. Go get it.
Hey,
All right.
listen, I think that would be awesome if this campaign ended on the moon.
Duly noted.
I'm not sure how long this is going to take, so I'm gonna buy another pack of stabilize.
Sure. The competition will likely take multiple days. So make sure
Only have
you
4
are
cards
prepared.
left.
Okay, well, got all my rations, got all my water skins.
All right. As you all approach the planks itself, you can see the hundreds of people sort of abuzz, gathered before a relatively small wooden stage. everyone is sort of conversing with one another, looking around expectantly. A gunshot rings across the square. Attention snaps to
Wow.
a relatively sharply dressed woman standing on the stage, still or holding the still smoking pistol. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Tidebreaker Games.
Woo!
I will be your host for these games, Captain Varosa Lanteri of the Magpie Princess. Now, I'm sure you're all very excited to find out what's in store for you and win a potential ship. Well, we've got to weed out the chaff first and foremost. So, we're going to have you all start with a bit of a foot race. From here, all the way around the edge of town, past the keg, through Founders Square, past the inn, and down to the northeastern docks. From there, you'll have to pick a ship. Not all of them are seaworthy, so look closely, choose wisely, but choose rapidly. After all, you have to make sure you can get it out past where anyone else can push you off it. In each ship will lie a clue to where you have to head next. This clue will lead to another, another. You do not know how many clues you will have to unravel, but know that they will test a variety of your skills. The first person to arrive at the hidden point at the end of the games wins the ship waiting there for you. A few general reminders, though, for everyone participating. Cheating is not allowed. You can knock other people out of the games. But break the rules, and you will be instantly disqualified.
In, what are the rules?
No one knows.
Hey, what are the rules?
Win. That's your rule.
Oh,
The main rules are no outside interference, of course. If you're found having pre-existing knowledge of the competition from your sponsors or anyone else, you will be disqualified immediately. Murder of the competition is not strictly prohibited, but it may be frowned upon by your sponsors, so try and keep it to a minimum. And if you are an unlucky individual, get knocked out due to someone else cheating, tough luck. Try again next time. There'll be no handouts here. So, is everyone ready?
yeah.
Woo! Let the games begin!
Woo, let's go, let's go, let's go.
As she shouts that, everyone begins booking it down the raceway. I am going to ask for everyone to roll initiative for me here, as we are effectively going to be using the chase rules here. So there will be a number of obstacles you all must overcome in order to reach the next stage of the competition.
Is there any benefit to having a higher speed?
Not particularly.
Okay. Then I
In
won't
other
worry
cases,
about going
there
into
might
overdrive.
be, but in a case like this
Oh.
where there are hundreds of people crowding together and racing, you're mostly going to be fighting through one another anyways.
Oh, okay.
And speed won't particularly help. All right, well, I rolled for River, and that is going to boost your guys' initiative quite a lot because we are using the average of your party. So,
Oh god, I rolled a 9.
yeah. All right, your guys' average overall initiative actually comes out to an exact 17.
Nice.
So we have a Kaliji going first. And the reason you're in initiative is because I, of course, will be rolling for your competition as well. To see who keeps up, who's in front. But the very first leg of the challenge is, of course, here at Terrence Planks. Many hopeful pirates all begin running simultaneously, trying to avoid the what you now recognize are precariously positioned crates and lumber, specifically organized to create a number of bottlenecks, and the crowds here to watch, sort of blocking the route forward. So, everyone here is going to get an opportunity to do something if you got a cool idea to help, but also a skill check to make your way through. You guys need a certain number of successes as a group to push forward and make it to the next objective. But you guys can go ahead and start thinking of what you would like to do here as I am rolling for your competition.
Okay, so this is just kind of an obstacle course?
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
So some of your easy options would be things like intimidation to, holler loudly, scare off the competition, push through them. You could do a reflex save or acrobatics to duck and weave through the crowd. Those would be the some of the better checks to attempt here.
Yeah, I'll probably just go with acrobatics
Okay.
with my plus 10 in it.
Right. Argue engineering lore to like cause something to collapse to slow people down.
I would say that's less providing progress for you and more hampering one of your opponents, but you could absolutely try that.
Okay.
Guess I'll do the reflex save option.
Sure. And I did balance this around having at least 4 people here, so I will roll for River as well. Who is...
I'll try the hindering thing.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Sounds fun.
All right.
All right. And Akleej, you can give me your acrobatics roll.
15, my ass.
That's a 0 point.
Yeah, that just barely fails Akleej. But 17 there, 16 for River, 19 for Kin. That provides you 3 points, which is how many you needed to actually overcome this obstacle as a group.
Okay, nice.
Alistair, unfortunately, 15 will fail on that engineering check.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing a hero point on that because that was gross.
Choice is yours.
I'll do it.
All right.
Oh, way better.
Much better. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me to see which of your opponents you hamper. Or you can directly choose one of the opponents.
Still have one.
I
have no strong opinion.
Tariq. Probably a good thing to hinder him because he rolled the best for this round. So
nice.
That is going to slow him and his relatively large group down quite heavily and perhaps put them behind slightly. But the four of you manage to push through Terran's planks, getting past all the obstacles, pushing ahead of a large pack of the group, and begin making your way around the western side as the route has you taking from Terran's planks up through the streets. I should say these streets primarily. Past the Iron Kraken will take you over the bridges up through Founders Square, past the God's Revel Inn, and down to these docks is the route you're taking.
Right up.
But your second obstacle you are going to approach here is going to be a choke point once more, but this time less formed by people and more by just the relatively narrow streets, making it harder for everyone to continue surging forward at once. So, best skills to potentially use here to push your guys forward. You could use perception to notice a shortcut. You could use athletics to try and make your own shortcut, or just any other ideas you have. If you've got cool ways to try and hinder your opponents, you can absolutely do that as well.
I like the hindering the opponent's idea again.
Sure.
Maybe there's like one of those. I'm thinking like one of those wooden things that are holding like an awning up or something. Now I gotta like knock one of those down and cause stuff to fall down people's way.
Okay. Would you like that, or would you like the random cart full of cabbages? That
I
looks
was
like it has a
about to
loose
say
wheel.
Cabbages.
Cabbage
Yeah.
The classic.
All right. I can use engineering lower on that because I know how to check that wheel off right quick.
All right. You are attempting to slow down your competition still?
Yeah.
And what about the rest of you?
Oh, baby.
Well, right now it's just Kin, right?
No, this is what everyone is, because you guys are doing this as a group. So.
Oh, sorry, we're in the. I'm.
You are on the
we're in
second
round.
obstacle now.
Are there any specific groups that look like they're getting ahead right now?
The farthest ahead group that you can tell, and no one's so far really pushed past you guys. Thankfully, because you guys got past the first obstacle in one round, you're keeping pace with the front runners. But the other front-running groups that you can tell would be Nadia's group, actually, as well as Quinton's group. Tariq's would have been up front, but Alistair managing to slow him down last time caused him to lag slightly.
I don't want to just keep doing acrobatics, but I feel like that's.
Well, again, the easiest skills for this one would be perception and athletics. You can do acrobatics, but the DC will be higher this time.
Can I ask how much higher?
What are you trying to do with acrobatics here specifically? Because this is a choke point of a group, effectively.
Oh, it's a choke point. Okay,
yes, this is the narrower streets forcing everyone into sort of bottlenecks.
Okay, I'll roll intimidation then to try and get people to get out of the way.
Okay.
How's that one, Chief?
Pretty good. Not a crit success, but a regular success.
Okay.
I guess I'll just do perception to try and find the best way through.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Unfortunately, River is going to have to use a hero point on their roll. And they are going to roll enough that you guys are going to thankfully manage to push past the choke point here once more, continuing forward, keeping your pace up, maintaining your lead at the front of the pack still. Alistair, go ahead and roll a d6 to see which group you are slowing down here.
All right, number 4.
All right. Hey, that's one of the other front runners again. Quentin's group is going to get slowed down. So right now, the only group that is maintaining direct pace with you all is Nadia's group. The others are still close behind, but right now, you guys are in a strong leading position.
I'm sad there's no saboteur archetype.
There's a demolitionist archetype, but yeah.
However, your next issue is going to be the broken, or the bridges at least. As you cross this bridge and make your way towards this pair of bridges, the eastern or southern bridge, I should say, is where a lot of people are going to go. That is the main bridge. It's quite crowded. The town itself also hasn't stopped operations while this is going on. So there are still a bunch of regular people around. So I am going to need, and this is not going to be a group trying to overcome, I need each person individually to overcome challenges on this place to continue forward. You can try and push through the main bridge, clear a path with intimidation, acrobatics to run across the bridge's railing, or if you guys wanted to try and, take the broken bridge and jump the gaps, athletics, or hell, even bite the bullet and just swim, you absolutely could do those.
I will do acrobatics.
All right.
I'm going to hero point. Okay, I'll roll the same thing. Cool.
Oof.
I guess I get my hero
You
point.
get your hero point back, but you are going to be stuck at this obstacle for this round, Alistair. You are not going to push forward to the next one.
Okay.
How about everyone else?
So, my acrobatics is still going to be higher, but I want to swim because I get to apply my racial bonus to it, so I'm going to swim.
Okay. And cliff dive and then swim. Easy enough. How about you, Kin?
Reflex save?
You can try, yeah. It's going to be
I have
slightly higher DC, but this is the very physical part of the games.
Yeah, where I'm not suited for it at all.
Only I had my diving suit.
Here's my reflex save. I'm gonna obviously hero point.
Are you sure? You could take it.
Me too.
That'll be enough, yeah. Kin managing to maintain, surprisingly almost, a position in the lead with everyone else. However, this time Alistair been so focused on trying to slow down your competition, not really helping with the group's progress, and when it comes to getting forth individually at this point, you fall behind. And at the same time, Nadia's group manages to maintain a consistent group lead, and both Callum's group and Professor Razia's group are catching up as well and look to be nearing a leading position as well. But, Alistair, you're going to have to roll for this obstacle yet again. However, the rest of you manage to, unless you want to stay behind and aid Alistair, you are able to get to the next part, which is Founders Square, and, well, let's just say this is where violence is breaking out for the first time. With a much more open area and a chance to spread out, it looks like a number of the racers are taking this opportunity to try and directly slow down their competition, taking swings at one another, breaking out into fights with people. Best skills for this would be a perception check to try and notice someone else ambushing you and avoid it, or even just give me an attack roll, either physical or magical, to try and fight past them.
I will try acrobatics again.
Before you roll, Alistair, is anyone staying behind to aid Alistair?
Just go.
Are you sure? Like, above table, will there be any problems if we leave Alistair behind?
You need to get everyone onto a boat
Okay.
in the end, so...
Then Ecclesia is going to stay behind to help Alistair.
Okay.
Okay, alright, so you're aiding him. That's good. This might
Does she
be weird.
succeed, though, is the question.
I'm not going to aid, so I'm just deciding what I want to do, though.
Sure. You can just use like a spell attack roll for this.
Okay, I'm going to hand her the apprentice and to get through this.
Okay.
I'll just cast it, so it's not my focus point. It's just a spell attack roll anyway. And hero point.
All right.
That is all my hero points for the day.
But that's keeping you up in front, Kin. You are the lonely wizard maintaining a lead.
I'm gonna hurl my staff at the furthest person across the square and like grab it as it's flying away from me.
Absolutely.
Bonk.
You know, if
So
someone
that I
gets in
fly with
position
it.
to almost tackle you down and you just hurl the staff at them, knocking them to the side and catching it as you keep running forward. All right. Alistair, what roll were you planning on making?
Acrobatics, this is my highest one for what could be used for that.
Ecclesia, I will leave you either acrobatics or perception to aid.
Yeah,
Either
all
help him
acrobatics
balance or
with
just
him.
spot for him.
Yeah, all acrobatics with him.
All right.
How's that one, Chief?
That'll be a crit success, so that's a +2 circumstance bonus for you, Alistair.
Nice. Let's go. Trash. All right. Awesome.
Fantastic. All right, with a little
Thank
bit
you.
of help from
Thank you.
Ecclesia, the two of you manage to make it past the bridges, make it into the square itself. Kin, you're still up front with River as the pair of you begin running along the edge of the cliff. It's a faster way to get to the Rebels Inn, at least, so everyone's doing it. However, at the same time, people are trying to push one another into the harbor over the cliff edge. This is not something you need to roll to not fall in on. However, this is an opportunity to try and push your opponents into the river to at least slow them down heavily, if not entirely knock them out of the competition. If you would like to, you do not have to attempt a check here, but these are going to be athletics or deception mainly rolls.
Ugh.
And again,
I am-
Alistair and Ecclesia, the two of you are back in the square still and have to do that fight through.
Mm-hmm.
There's only
Go ahead.
one team really keeping up with us at this moment.
Right now, Nadia's team is in the lead, like fully and clearly in the lead. Callum's team and Tariq's team have actually practically caught up to you as well. And close behind them are Quinton and Professor Razzia's team. You actually haven't seen Layla since the competition started, or her team.
She should stealth. And we have to still fight.
Yep.
So I'll punch a
All right.
motherfucker with my new fist. Out of my way. Smack.
Yeah, absolutely. You are going to just punch someone as they come close. That fist is handling well.
Excellent.
Kleegi, how about you?
Um,
Gonna try and perceive
Yeah.
and dodge, or do you want to fight back?
I'll go ahead and fight back.
All right. Taking the violent way through this.
Yes, can I give myself panache since I was using acrobatics last time?
I'm gonna say no because you were specifically using acrobatics to aid.
Okay, that's fair.
You weren't doing
Um,
anything particularly flashy with
Yeah.
it.
That's fair. Okay, actually, can I just tumble through with acrobatics?
Sure. All right. You manage to tumble past as a few swings come your way, managing to just barely avoid the impact of the punches, making it to the edge of the bridge, or to the cliff run effectively. Ken, are you attempting to push anyone in? Or at least
I'm gonna
make them
throw
trip?
a bag of 200 marbles at Nadia.
Yeah, absolutely. Why do you have that many marbles?
That's how many are in a single bag.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's a lot of marbles. Yeah, I guess that's going to be a roll for them then. That they'll have to make. One more roll here.
So minus one of my bags of marbles. Because that's not good. I'm not gonna have time to pick them up. So
It's not going to knock them into the water, but it is going to slow them down as they slow down to avoid the marbles and make sure they don't slip. Absolutely.
alrighty.
The most use marbles have ever gotten.
First time they've worked.
As you and River are both nearing the docks at this point, you've got pretty much one final obstacle, and this is going to be a group obstacle. So once you guys reach a number of points, when the rest of the party reaches the inn at the God's Revel, at least, they'll automatically pass if the rest of the group has passed. But Kleegi and Alistair, the two of you, have a chance here to try and push some people into the water. You would be closest at this point to Professor Ratzia's group, Quinton's group, and Callum's group, if you want to try and knock any of them in. You've got some morning drunks at the inn trying to just get in people's way. Best skills are going to be one more physical option, acrobatics to try and dodge them, or athletics to just recklessly push through them through the building.
Okay, so me and Ken are still catching up, right?
You and Alistair are still catching up.
Sorry, me and Alistair.
Yes. And I would say, depending on what happens, if you choose not to try and push anyone in, you'll catch up easily with the rest of the group as you can focus on sprinting. But
Okay.
if you wanted to try
I
and
would-
slow down any other groups, you could.
I would just focus on sprinting because I ain't got no good skills for pushing people. I have 4 in athletics. That's probably not gonna cut it. I turn my knots and go into overdrive and run faster.
And Kleegi, do you want to try and push anyone in, or do you want to just focus on catching up?
Yeah, I mean, like, Kleegi's too nice to push people in.
Okay.
You also need to make up time.
Yeah, okay. Would you want athletics here,
Nope.
since it's a sprint?
Because you are choosing not to risk anything or slow down to push people, and you guys are able to just full focus on making your way
Okay.
to the end.
I
So
understand.
you will catch
I-
up to Kinnan River here. You will not be able to help them this round trying to get through, but
If I succeeded on a push check, would I still get there?
you would effectively be behind. So
Okay,
the only
yeah,
reason
no,
that would
then-
really matter is if Kinnan River are able to successfully get through the inn here, which does only require 2 points to succeed at. If they were to succeed, then come next round, they would be on the final sprint to the docks while you are at the inn. You wouldn't have to roll any skill checks, but you would be behind and not able to help them on the
Yeah.
final sprint checks
That's
that
fine.
round.
Yeah, then I will just sprint.
Okay, sounds good.
Could I use familiar focus on Surge to gain my what is it back? Hand of the Apprentice back, and then non-lethally just throw it horizontally through the drunks as I'm running into them.
You know
So
what?
shove them
Sure.
out of the way.
Go for it. I like that idea.
Alright, come on. They're drunk. They can't have that high AC. There we go.
That'll absolutely succeed. We need one successful check from River here to try and get through. Her rolls are not great, but she does have a hero point left still, at least. She's going to go for an acrobatics check. And that'll do it. So you guys are easily the team in first at this point without any issue. Now, while that's a good thing, that's also potentially sort of an issue because you have full pick amongst all of the rafts as you all begin making that final sprint down the docks themselves, making a last push for the docks. You can see a few dozen small rafts and rowboats available to ferry people to the next race point. I'm going to need perception or crafting at this point to try and find a vessel that is seaworthy, doesn't have hidden damage, and can be crewed by 4 people, or at least fit 4 people on it.
Would a relevant lore check work as well?
I would allow engineering lore here. Ecclesi, this could be public.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Can-
You rolled
can
quite
you
well.
reveal it?
With crafting.
That is a success for you.
Whoa. Ugh. Gross.
Alistair, that is not quite going to be a success. I don't know if you would like to hero point it or not.
Yeah, I'll hero point that.
Go for it.
'Cause that's my jam. I need to do good at
So much
engineering
better.
lore. Come on.
All right.
Nice.
Fantastic. Okay. 3 points for you guys. I'll give a roll for River as well.
What's she rolling?
River will get a
Perception.
25. You guys are at 4
Crash
points.
Some characters.
You need 5 points to get past this objective, partially because all of the boats are available.
I see.
So we're going to need one more round here as the other teams are beginning to catch up. Nadia, Quentin, Callum, Professor Razzia, they're all sort of arriving right at this point. They're still going to need to find a boat as well. But on top of your perception and crafting rolls you could do here, I would also allow athletics as they begin to just jump into boats potentially if, one of them is one of the more usable ones and you want to just push them out of it. Take the boat for yourselves. That would absolutely be allowed.
Oh, good.
I'll just say I'll do engineering lore again.
All right.
Ecclesi is gonna go to push one of them out, but be apologizing the entire time. I'm sorry, but we really gotta win this.
Sounds good.
Okay. Last
Oh,
hero
you're-
point.
Yeah, go for it. A Ecclesi.
Potato
No,
point.
They fight
You're
you
just-
off.
I'm sorry.
Anyone who they fight her off, and then I cast fear on them to make them run away for a second.
All right. Can you give me an Arcana check on top of that, please?
Yes. Come on.
That's hilarious.
15.
Okay. Can you roll a d4 for me? All right. You mildly set back Quentin's group as one of the individuals starts to panic as you unleash your magic on them, hoping to scare them and slow them down. It's not going to slow them down greatly, but it is going to cost them a success.
Yeah, the way I picture it in my head is Alistair's like, that one! And we run to that one. She tries to push someone out, and then I fear them as we try to clamber into the boat.
That's funny.
And whatever River's doing.
All right. Well, thankfully, it doesn't really matter what River rolls here since we got the one success needed from Alistair. As you all manage to try and frighten and push Quentin's group out of their boat, realizing it looks to be a pretty good boat, you cause some issues for them, but at the last moment, Alistair, you notice a hidden bit of damage in their boat that makes it a bad issue, but at the same time, the next boat over is perfect. So you all jump into what is effectively a larger size rowboat, large enough to fit all four of you, begin making your way out of the docks onto the open water as a number of potential sailors and pirates are all streaming down to the docks in droves, fighting over the boats, trying to get onto the water as well.
Haha.
You guys are currently in the lead.
Hooray!
Can I get a perception check from everyone, please?
Mhm.
Woohoo.
Okay. As you all are making your way out onto the water, rowing with all your might, trying to focus on making sure you don't hit any rocks, shore, or any of the other boats, beginning to look around for where that clue might be hidden on that raft. Sound of a gunshot rings out from shore. Your boat rocks slightly. Alistair, you look and see the lip of the boat right next to you has a bullet embedded in it.
Hey. I examined the bullet.
It's a regular, just round bullet, not magical in any way, but had that been aimed slightly higher, you would have been hit.
Who fired it?
Taking a look back towards Shorekin, the closest you can see is what looks to be a massive brawl breaking out right at the waterline. Perhaps people are attacking whoever shot the gun, but you don't get a clear glimpse at this point of anyone who had the gun and who fired at you. But someone's definitely upset that you guys are in the lead. But you are in the lead.
Yeah.
That's something to be celebrated. And as you all make your way out onto the open ocean and prepare to continue the games, that is where we're going to end our session for today.
Woohoo! Let's go, everybody.
Thank you all so much for playing. I do hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jericho. Thank
Lots
you
of fun
very much,
stuff.
everybody else.
Next session, the games shall continue in earnest. Riddles and navigation
Right,
and sailing, oh my.
I'm glad you guys are good. Navigation. I'm just the
Yeah,
one
I
to
didn't
make sure the
realize it
boat
was gonna be
floats.
a wisdom skill.
Yeah, that is the difference of it, because it's not really a lore skill. I just don't have a way to add it as a skill. But it is wisdom. I am planning, once you guys actually receive training in it, because you all will all get trained in it for free when you reach level 3. I'm gonna plan on letting people change some of their abilities and skills around if they want to, since it is wisdom, and
I know I lost sailing lore, but I think I changed it to something else.
Yes, you did.
Oceanography or something.
Yeah, your ocean lore was changed to oceanography, and you changed sailing to the pirate history lore.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will see you all next week. Have a good one.
See you all next week, guys.